A pill that fuels terror, blinds fear, and builds empires. A drug so powerful, it erases fear, makes you feel invincible, and turns war into a profit machine. A drug that fueled one of the most brutal regimes in modern history. But what happens when it all comes crashing down? This is the story of Captagon, a tiny pill that became the backbone of Bashar al-Assad's regime in Syria. With the Syrian dictator's regime now in tatters, his multi-billion-dollar drug empire is collapsing, leaving a dangerous void in its wake. Bashar al-Assad ruled Syria with an iron fist for over 2 decades. But his grip on power wasn't just maintained by military force or international alliances. It was also fueled by Captagon. Dubbed as the poor man's cocaine, this amphetamine-based drug became a key weapon in Assad's arsenal. Captagon, once a medical treatment for ADHD and depression, found a sinister new purpose under the Assad regime. It costs mere pennies to produce, but sells for around $20 a pill on the streets. It wasn't just a source of revenue for Assad, it was a tool of war. Captagon fueled fighters, eroded borders, and left a trail of addiction in its wake. Combatants, including ISIS militants, relied on it to stay awake for days, numb their fear, and fight with a terrifying sense of invincibility. Under Assad, Captagon production exploded, turning Syria into a narco-state, producing 80% of the global supply. His regime profited over $5 billion annually from the drug trade, money that flowed straight into funding military operations and maintaining his brutal dictatorship. But no empire lasts forever. Assad's fall from power has sent shockwaves through Syria, and the Captagon trade is no exception. With his regime now dismantled, the once thriving Captagon factories in Syria's coastal regions have gone silent. Reports suggest production has dropped by as much as 90%. But the fall of Assad's regime hasn't brought peace. It's created a dangerous new vacuum. Militias backed by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps are reportedly eyeing the Captagon trade as a new revenue stream. Security analysts warn of a looming Captagon boom, with groups like Hezbollah stepping in to take over production in Lebanon. For years, Captagon wasn't just a drug, it was a weapon in the Syrian civil war. It blurred the lines between combatants and victims, turning addicts into fighters and nations into battlegrounds. Assad's regime weaponized addiction to fund its survival. But now, the war has shifted to a new front. So, who will control the trade in the aftermath of his fall? As new players step into the void, the world braces for what comes next. Will this be the end of Captagon or the beginning of a new, even deadlier chapter in the drug's dark history?